Hidden costs when buying a home. So that's right, closing costs. I am here to help you break down all those fees and figures out what your bottom line is when you're buying a home. So hello everybody, my name is Erin Price Emery and I'm here to help you understand what goes into closing costs when purchasing a home. Just remember, buying a house is a very exciting step in everyone's life, but it definitely can also be the most stressful and expensive experience that you will definitely go through. So let's take a look at the differences in the fees and the expenses associated with the closing costs. So you're going to be better prepared for smooth sailing all throughout your home buying experience. So check it out. What does a real estate lawyer do for the buyer, and does it cost? Well, of course it costs money. Everything costs money. When it comes to buying a home in Vancouver, you might think that you may only need a really good real estate agent like myself, but no, the home buying journey is definitely far from straightforward. So this is exactly why you need to have a real estate lawyer who will make sure that your contract is rock solid, that all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted. The lawyer will basically put the key components together, and the real estate purchase, the mortgage, if any, and of course that will do the land transfer. So the lawyer will review the agreement of purchase and sale and all the other legal documents associated with it. They'll also ensure that there are no claims against the property. They'll arrange for the title insurance. They'll ensure that they'll have a valid title upon closing. And this is really just to name a few. They do so much more than all of this. But in Vancouver, the cost of hiring a real estate lawyer really depends on the services and the complexity of the transactions. So on average, you're going to want to expect to pay anywhere from about $1,000 to about $3,000. So make sure you ask your lawyer ahead of time and really just to see how much they cost, because sometimes they're going to go up and down. So it's definitely a good idea. You're going to want to call a few different firms and compare all the different prices, because remember, every penny counts, doesn't it? Property insurance. So you're wondering if it's worth getting property insurance. Well, let me tell you, it's not just a choice, it's often a requirement. So most lenders won't even consider giving you a loan unless you get your property covered against any damages. So what does that mean? So before you start planning for your dream living area, have a chat with your lender and check out what their insurance requirements are. They'll definitely guide you through the amount of coverage that you'll need and the types of policies you should maintain from. Anywhere from like fires to floods and like anything in between. They will make sure that you are protected. So trust me, you don't want to get caught without any sort of insurance because if something happens, eek. So just remember, stay smart, stay insured. You won't forget it. The infamous property transfer tax in British Columbia. Well, it's the fee that just keeps on taking. So what exactly is this? Well, my friends, let me tell you, it's the PTT is a tax paid by buyers when purchasing a home here in BC. And let me tell you, it ain't cheap at all. The amount of property transfer tax that you pay is basically based on the price of the property that you're buying. So basically, the more expensive of the home, the more property transfer tax you have to pay. So you might be thinking like, wow, that doesn't really sound too bad. I paid taxes before, but hold on. Hang on to those wallets. Don't take them out yet, because this tax isn't like any other tax. It's a one-time tax that's due when you register the property in your name. And the PTT is calculated based on the values, and it kind of goes in tiers of percentages. Again, the higher the home is, the higher you have to pay. But don't you worry. There are a few exemptions and rebates available for first-time home buyers and for properties under a certain value, and of course new developments under a certain value as well. Plus, the revenue from the PTT actually goes towards funding like healthcare, education. So is it really that bad that you have to pay PTT? Think about it. Do I pay GST when buying a home? Well, if you're in the market for a shiny new home straight from the developer or the builder, then you likely have to pay GST on the purchase price of the home. So this applies to homes in also the pre-sale phase as well. So keep that in mind when you're eager to get your hands on a place that's still under construction. But if you're in the market like most of us, eyeing a resale property or a home that has already got a bit of history behind it, good news for you, GST doesn't typically apply to those types of homes. And that's because the first owner of the property would have already paid the GST. So you actually don't have to worry about it at all. So, seems kind of interesting buying a resale home, doesn't it? Home inspection. Home inspection are an essential part of the home buying process. Not only do they ensure your home buyer consideration is safe and free from defects, but they'll definitely can help you negotiate for a better price. But the burning question on everybody's homeowner mind is, how much is going to cost me? Well, it definitely varies. So depending on the size of the home and the age as well, and maybe also your location, on average, you can pay anywhere between $5 to let's just say $900 for a standard home inspection. But again, everybody does charge differently. So you're definitely going to want to have additional inspectors that maybe check like random or mold testing, and the complexity of the home and the inspector's experience can definitely all be in effect for the price as well. But with most things in life, you get what you paid for. So definitely don't skimp on a home inspection, because trust me, it is worth the investment to make sure that your dream home does not turn into a nightmare. So get it inspected.